So nice.
Almost 2 years. Love you guys.
Hello.
This board looks sick, can't wait to see how it turns out.
Dude, me too. Hi, everybody. Hi, Wisp. Hi, Jishy. Thanks for the subs, you two. For the 5 months and for the 23 months, dude. Yeah, almost 2 years. Hello, everyone. All of us want to fall asleep next to Alex. Are you guys all tired today? I don't know who did Canadian Thanksgiving here, but I fortunately didn't overeat this year, so I'm feeling pretty good. Hello, everybody. You guys are all looking mad cute, though. Come on. Hi, it's Sam. Finally get to catch your stream. What's going on, dude? Also, what's up, Geoff? What's up, Crazy Dave? What's up, Mandy Ken? Kenny, what's going on? Dion, what's going on? Hello, everybody. Hello. Dude, I just got to see the Kyogre Koho? What's that? What's that, Moose? Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay, I actually need to check the contents of this box because I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember if everything was put in here properly. I hope this is not another yesterday situation where I'm missing things, because it almost feels like I'm missing things. I've been getting really unlucky with people not sending me enough stuff in a box. So I hope the PCB is in here. Feels like there's tons of stuff missing out of this. Hi, everybody. If this is missing stuff, I'm just gonna do a different build today. I feel like this is missing stuff in it. Yeah, where's everything inside the box? Sam, thank you so much for your prime. I appreciate that, dude. I mean, there was nothing else sent with this. Hello, stream. Oh, wow, it's an interesting looking board. It's super pretty. This is all I got. This one little JST connector with not even a cable for it. Hold on. Sweater, it looks so comfy. Thank you, dude. Wow, that's the internal weight. Yeah, it's super, super awesome. If I just in the parts, I don't know. Well, the board's cool looking, I just don't have any parts for it. Give me 1 sec. Maybe they stuck it in something else. We're back after the Kohaku fumble. I think today's also a fumble too. Listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest. This is just, I think this is just keycaps. If people send me stuff, I'm gonna be honest, it's not up to me to make sure the contents are in the box. Because like, ultimately that's just gonna cost people more shipping. I don't know, nothing here. Well, I don't know what to do. Don't you have like 15 boards you haven't had a chance to build? But I don't have, so my personal boards, I have nothing prepared for them. Absolutely nothing. Personal board stream? This is unfortunate. How does this even happen? Is there like something I'm missing behind here? Am I like being trolled or something? I don't know either. Not ship all the things one package. I don't know, guys. Floating mount? I mean, the board looks sick on the inside. This is like such a cool thing to have, but I got the case in the case only. Well, actually, if you guys want to see the bottom of the case, it's pretty cool too. It's a super sick looking board, just I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Give me like 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go double check something. One moment. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I have never, ever had this happen to me ever in my entire life. Yesterday, the person forgot to send the PCB and other parts. Today, to have this happen 2 times in a row is pretty crazy, dude. To have this happen 2 times. Okay, I'm gonna build something else because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm just gonna build something else. No, we're gonna build something that actually, I have this scheduled for next week, but I think I'm just gonna switch it up because I actually have stuff I can build for this, and we're gonna use the same switches. Oh God, what's wrong with this thing here? Just play CS2, keyboards suck. Dude, keyboards on social media right now have been doing it so poorly. Okay. Moon Tower giveaway? Have you watched Ahsoka? I did. I did watch Ahsoka. Dude, my room feels so... It gets clean, but it feels like very... I mean, this is nighttime, and it's really dark outside today. All right. We're going to build something from Mr. Salvin. I don't know if this particular case is available everywhere, but this case is called the Avalanche case from Salvin's Salvation lineups. I haven't actually opened it yet, but Ash Keebs was kind enough to send over a PCB so I can build this. I think he might have included another PCB in this because I asked for extra parts. But let's see. How'd you like Ahsoka? I personally really liked it. Okay, my problem with Ahsoka, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there was one scene where it didn't quite sell me on something. But I mean, like, other than that, it was pretty nice. Yeah, I'm going to change the title of the build. Salvation. I quite liked it. Like, I think the show is good. I think out of all the other Star Wars things or stuff that Disney has put out, like, I thought it was good. I don't know. What's up, Dash? How you doing, man? I think there's like... Wait. Oh, wait, no. These are bad plates. That's right. That's right. Okay. We'll go through all the contents of this in a bit. Hero, thank you so much. I appreciate the gifted sub, dude. Or I guess continuing a gifted sub. Yeah, fake. I just saw that. I just saw that. It's fate. I mean, I like my salvations, but... I feel like I know people get a little bit touchy with the salvation price points.
How are you, man?
Dude, Dash, I'm doing really good, man. Today was good. Like, I did a little Thanksgiving stuff, you know? Little Thanksgiving thing, and then, I mean, that's really all I did today was Thanksgiving stuff. I edited some photos. Did some, photography stuff. I did some novel key stuff because there's a new set out for novel keys, but... That's really all I did. Today's been like a very... I mean, dude, this whole weekend is just feel like it's just so slow. Not that it's a bad thing. Like, I appreciate it. It's nice. But yeah, it's been a very slow weekend. Oh, God. Why can't I open this? How was your guys' day today? Happy Thanksgiving? Thank you. How was your guys' day? Whoa. Wait, this is a pretty sick color. I'm not gonna lie, Salvin showed me pictures of this, but I never clicked into the photo. This is called the Avalanche colorway. Damn. These finishes are really cool. I have to admit. They're like, it's also textured too, right? So it's a little bit porous as well. You can kind of see that. Well, I don't know if it's actually porous, but it feels like it's textured, like hammered almost. But very, very cool. The internal weight still staying the same. I would love to see the internal weight on this, on the external. I think that would be such a nice like color choice there. Let's put some feet on this. The only bad thing about these finishes, only bad thing, despite how awesome and unique these things are, like you can see the texture on this, right? It's so cool. The feet don't quite stay on as much as I'd like. But I understand the original boards never had this finish. The original boards were anode. Beer Fart, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. Appreciate that. All right. I have the flu and I lost a ton of weight, so I haven't been good. Oh, dude, I feel you there. Getting sick and getting really sick like that to that point is never fun, dude. I hope you feel better quick, though. That Vaporwave Hebe cap is sick. The whole Vaporwave set is pretty awesome looking. This is cool. I had the flu in Korea during the summer. I lost like 20% of my gains. It was not the best time. No, I can't imagine that being any sort of pleasant. But yeah, I don't know. That's really it though, guys. My weekend's been really slow. Like again, not a bad slow, but also I wouldn't say it was like a good slow. Like I just feel like... Alright, I'm going to be kind of personal here for a second. This morning, I was actually kind of beating up on myself because I think because the weekend's been a little bit slower, I don't know, things lately haven't been as like fat. I mean, the state of the world's in a weird spot right now, right? But I think like I was sort of being like, oh, well, hold on, like running over my cable here. Stupid chair. The state of the world's like slow, and I think everything's reflective of that. Like it's not a good state of the world right now, but like, yeah, I know the music stopped. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been, everything's been so like bleh. Like, I feel like everything's been stagnant. Nothing's quite the same as it was at one point. So I think I was kind of beating up myself because I'm like, well, like in terms of being busy and just keeping myself occupied and, you know, having work to do, everything feels very slow. And it's like troublesome almost because it's never a good thing when that happens, but I mean, it's also not a bad thing in a way. So just a lot of like feeling sort of guilty in a lot of sense too, because I was like, well, what can I do? But I kind of took that this morning and kind of just, again, not shoved it away, but I kind of told myself I shouldn't feel bad. Like it's going to happen sometimes that I shouldn't like, lose sleep over it, I suppose. But yeah, definitely weird. It's very like strange at this current time. All right, so salvation, we have the PCB. I'll go over that in a second too. We have plates. I have no idea what these plates are. So again, thank you to Ashkeebs for sending over a PCB. Because I actually didn't have one. I just have a bunch of Salvation cases, and I think I ended up using one of my other, or I think I gave one of my Salvation PCBs to him or something. Is this the aluminum one? I don't know what the difference between all these are. Are they all the same? No, this is polycarb. Do I want to use polycarb? And I think this is brass. I don't know. That's a really nice sweater, Alex. Dude, I got this on sale. Oh, this is brass. I don't want to use brass. So I got this on sale at Club Monaco, I think. And it was, so the shirt, I think the sweater was pretty pricey, but it was 40% off. And then I found it in the clearance bin for another 40% off. But then it also had like a save $20 discount tag on it. So I think I ended up paying something like $35 for this. And I felt like, you know, when you feel like you've done a scam, I'm like, bro, I think I scammed them. But it was pretty nice, man. That's fucking savings. Yeah, like I'm not really into spending money on clothes. So I feel like your stuff hasn't been the same lately. Games don't hit the same anymore. It's kind of numb. I think numb is the best word to describe stuff like this recently. Everything feels very numb, like very slow paced, like very like bleh, maybe, you know? All right, and then we have our PCB. I mostly use, like I said, the same switches for everything today. Actually, this is such a cute PCB. I think this is the, I don't exactly know the names of all Wilba's PCBs, but I'm here for this green. I think this is such a cool color. This is gonna be such a fun color combo. I think because Salvin had to send me a second package full of plates. And in the second package, he ended up sending me a black PCB, but I low-key want to use this one here. This one here looks so sick. The avocado PCB. All right, that aside, I guess we have to do a fixed, is this a fixed layout for the hot swap unit? So we only need to do 3 stabs. And is this 7U? Yeah, 7U, okay. Easy peasily. But the only not easy part is I need to get my little clippers. Heine and Wilba both have the best PCBs out there. I've always enjoyed Heine PCBs, and I've always enjoyed Wilba PCBs. I think if you guys want also some good recommendations for PCB designers, Gondo is also an excellent designer, and Youngcar. Gondo and Youngcar are very, very good. I think Soren literally just repeated that too. And then, listen, Toasty. I'm joking. Toasty, you're pretty good. You're pretty good too. Toasty's part of like, I don't know. It's just, he's part of like that Tim crew where, you know, we just kind of rip on him for no reason. Fake. Thank you so much for the hydrate, dude. You don't have to lie to Toasty. No, okay, I will say this. I'm gonna actually give Toasty some kudos. Sometimes when I build client PCBs, they'll send me something and they don't check the PCBs ahead of time, even though I do ask for people to make sure their stuff's working. Just so in case they need something like a replacement, they can kind of gauge what they need to do. So sometimes people don't, and then sometimes people send me stuff with problems. And there's been 2 or 3 times where like I'm pretty knowledgeable with how to fix things, but there was like one or 2 times where I just did not know what to do. I've called Toasty and I swear to God, it's been like 3 a.m. for him, and he's like answered and helped me, and we've fixed some client PCBs. He's been very helpful in that sense of things. Thank you, Toasty. Appreciate you, bro. Lots of things you can do without a soldering with the soldering iron and an expert. Actually, I'm gonna say this today because I'm pretty proud of myself for this one. I'm gonna say this, okay, guys? Listen. Today, this morning our kettle broke, or I guess last night our kettle broke. We have an electric kettle. Oh, my hair's like headphone hair right now. We have an electric kettle, so our kettle was turning on but not heating up. And I didn't really want to go spend money on a new kettle. So I ripped open the box, like the base of the kettle, the plate of it. And, delicately ripped open. And I fixed it. Needed a little bit of solder in certain places. And I guess I don't know how this happened. It's a fellow kettle, the Stag EKG or whatever it's called. I guess the contact, I don't know what to call them. They're like a contact leaf. They were all off. And I don't even understand how that happened. So I just reconnected them all too. And I think that's what was also causing it to not heat up. So yeah, it's working now. All I had to do was reconnect 5, or I guess, yeah, just make sure all 5 were connected properly. And then there was one piece where I noticed the solder kind of broke off. So I resoldered that. But yeah, I saved myself some money there. I am not buying another one of those things. It's the forcing the connector and pulling the kettle to the... So did yours have the exact same issue, QM? Because I was looking online and no one had solutions for it. I kind of just stumbled on it by like inspecting it closely. And you fixed yours? I should make a post on Reddit or something, because I think a lot of people from like previous threads were trying to figure out a solution as well. That's so interesting though. I'll just put these here. Soldering seals have saved lives. It's true. It's honestly so true, dude. Some of the skills I've learned in this hobby have definitely translated into like really awesome things outside of keyboards. I could have sent you my spare one. Oh, thank you, Alpha. No, we definitely fixed it. Mind you, we no longer have the sticker on the bottom, and the plastic shell doesn't quite close the way I was, the way it's probably intended, but it's okay. I have to turn this thing on. Oh my God, please, there we go. Having soldering gear has also been helpful for my guitar and bass stuff. Yeah! Compliment yourself? Hey, myself, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but you did something pretty smart today. You fixed a kettle, so good job. You're pretty smart. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, when I fixed that thing, I felt like a genius, dude. I felt like I was like mega mind, bro. Like my brain was 5 times larger than it should have been when I fixed that thing. I would have felt so effing good. Dude, I felt great. It was like an hour-long fix too. Honestly, I don't even know why I wasted all my time with that. Because in that hour this morning, I was supposed to do other things. But I was so fixated on getting it to work. Like, I don't know, man. You guys ever do that? Hey, I have a question for you guys. Again, very personal. Guys, I have like a bad habit of sometimes, it's specifically my socks. I just kind of take off my socks and then I forget to put them in the hamper. I need like a good way. I can't figure out a good way to like force myself to remember that stuff. I just, you know what? I don't like socks at all. And I get comfy and then I forget to put them back in place. Hold on, I'm gonna move the sun. The sun needs to be right here. There we go. I get comfy and then I forget. Socks go in the hamper. Let me take them off for you. Huh? Oh, Insty. Every one of my like friends around Toronto has now seen that clip of me stating my ranks of chips. And let me tell you, it was not fun the last few days for me, all right? It was not fun, all right? Even today when I went to my family thing, everyone was commenting on my original chips, all right? And then I looked back and I was like, who the fuck clipped this? It was Insty. Drop the clip. Insty will probably drop it for you guys. All right, let's get some lube and start lubing these things. You did this to yourself? 0 taste buds? Oh, that's what people were saying all weekend, man. Leave me alone, guys. I have taste buds. They're just different from yours. Marcia was judging your chip list on stream last week. Even you know what though? Marcia has a long history of judging my food preferences. I've known wait, there's no lube in here. I've known Marcia a long time. What was the tier list? I'm sure Insty will get the clip for you. Insty, do you have the clip on hand? Tim had 1 chip in S tier. What a rookie. To be fair though, Tim also thinks Altoids are like a candy, so I really don't even know what to say. Time to make my own version. You guys feel free. He's so based with that, man. All right, question for chat right now. Question for you guys. Are Altoids a candy? Like, are they considered a candy? Or like, would you classify them as a candy? God bless. Aren't they a mint? They are. They're like a mint, just like a breath mint type thing. The sour ones, but the mints, no. They're mint for your breath. Agreed. So nice.
Oh boy. It has been a minute since I've had a chance to watch. Always love when I
Why does the TTS say a minute? It has been a minute since I've had the chance to watch. Thank you, Nuts Insider. Appreciate you. Thank you, dude. Mint is a mint. I would never classify it as a candy. It's a mint. Are Tic Tacs candy? No, I would not. I wouldn't consider the mint versions candy. Nor would I consider like any of the other flavors of Tic Tacs candy. Some candies are mints, some mints are candies, but not all candies are mints and not all mints are candies. Hey, Brocker's making a lot of sense. I just watched that clip, what the F? I just like regular chips. Bro, that chip clip. I hope you guys had a good laugh though. Whenever I watch it, I think Angel and Tim reacting to that just sends me. I was watching it last night because one of my friends linked it in our Discord, and then I was just dying, man. It was so funny. I'm not gonna lie. We haven't had a good laugh like that in a while. The slow reveal kills me. Alex is 380 Australian dollars for a flawless plastic still on weight sky blue glacier TKL with artisan in the box. To me, which board are we talking about? Also, what's the Australian dollar at right now? Is it basically the same on par with CAD? I don't really know the state. Oh, the Glacier 80. Did you say Glacier? Oh, I thought you meant Sky Blue Glacier, like the color. My bad. I thought you were referring to the color. 380. If that's Canadian, it's a bit lower than CAD. If it's around CAD, that's not bad. That's
going
pretty
through
like
a little bit of a rough time right now.
Stock pricing.
Alex Zogoat stream highlight of my day.
Pander. Dude, honestly, man, I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you were able to share that with us, man. Panda, I hope things get better, but I love you, dude. All right? It's 330 CAD. Oh, that's a good deal then. I love you, but L plus ratioed plus that's some original taste. Oh man. For the record, I agree with your choice of chips, Alex. I got your back. Ooh, smarter child. You are brave for saying that. Hey, can you tell Tim and Angel that? You're brave for having my back on that, dude. So brave. He's so brave. L. Banned. At least didn't have Cheetos or some shit up in their S tier. Hell no. Cheetos are gross. So nice. Kudo, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate you, dude. I did watch the clip. Did you actually support me during the whole thing? I don't know. I was too busy laughing at. Dude, honestly, it wasn't even funny what I was doing. I just honestly was laughing at Tim and Angel. And the fact that his camera fell down as he was smacking his desk. Basically just salt and fried potato. What's wrong with that? They lost their shit so hard. It was so funny, dude. That was the first time Tim could laugh at me that hard. Alex is a simple dude. I'm a simple guy with simple preferences. There's nothing else to it. Is it just me, or I eat Tic Tacs like it's some sort of normal? When it's the, in particular, I don't think they make it anymore. But at one point, Tic Tac had Coca-Cola Tic Tacs. Those I'd eat like a whole little container in one sitting. The orange Tic Tacs I can pace myself like it's once in a blue moon. The mint Tic Tacs I treat like a mint. But yo, those Coca-Cola ones. Okay, there was another time. And I know Twizzlers aren't universally loved, but there were, I don't know if it was Coca-Cola, but it was like a cola flavored Twizzler. When those were around, I was buying those. I probably consumed more sugar than I should have, but Red Vines beat Twizzlers. I kind of grew up on Twizzlers. Red Vines weren't really here until later on, so I kind of have like an affinity for, I guess a bias towards Twizzlers. I don't really eat many Twizzlers at all anymore. I don't know what it is lately, the Twizzlers. Even Red Vines, like they kind of suck. Aren't you required to like ketchup chips? No, I hope not. Honestly, I'm not big on ketchup chips. I don't even like ketchup. I never liked Twizzlers or that type of candy. It's like what, sort of like a licorice, I guess. I feel like it's more strawberry flavored, not even really a licorice at that point. It's just a candy. Actually, you know what, Therac? I don't think a lot of Canadians like. I don't think like a crap ton of Canadians enjoy ketchup chips. I don't think it's like a universally liked thing. Doesn't like ketchup. Who hurt you? I don't know. I like mustard though. I went through like a mustard phase. My all-time favorite candy. When we say candy, are we including chocolate bars? I feel like there's another distinction that's really important in this conversation as well. Me and Alex being ketchup haters? Hey, yo. Yeah? Okay, if I had to pick one thing that I could live happy with, it would be Bounty Bars, or in the Americans' case, Almond Joy. Not really like I know it's not really a popular pick. I just like them so much. If we don't include chocolate, my favorite candies. I actually don't know. I will say that I think what are they called? Big Feet, Bigfoot, and Swedish Fish are probably ones that I wouldn't get sick of. Or sour watermelons. I love those things. I don't have like a favorite candy though, because I feel like my candy choices change a lot. I got you with the pen pop. Let me get that for you. Hold on. Beautiful. Dill pickle chips? I don't know. That has flavoring on it. What pen is this? It's from CW&T. I don't know if they still make these things. I got it as a gift to myself when I started streaming. And then, actually, the only 2 gifts I've ever gotten myself in the last few years is this pen and my camera. That's it. Happy Monday, Alex in chat. Sumo, what's going on? Those Coca-Cola gummies are goated. The ones that are shaped like bottles. Trudeau, I feel like brands, the brand of those Coca-Cola or Cola gummies, the brand really matters. Because there are some brands that I feel like are kind of ass. Just got myself a pack of some good old, oh my God, some good old plain chips with salt only. Sorry, and you're speaking my language. Okay, I have to admit something to you guys. My list, as funny as it was, there is one little lie on that. Well, not lie, but it actually wouldn't be all original if there was one chip that I enjoy on there, but it wasn't on there. Ruffles has I guess like a offshoot of their thing called like 2 times crunchy or like extra ridges or something like that. I don't know what the fuck they call it. And they have like the 2 times crunchy jalapeno cheddar. And that's probably like the only chip that has like jalapeno cheddar flavoring on it that I like. It's just like a good combo. But they didn't have that on the list, so I didn't add that to my tier list. Nor do they have the other chips of flavors that I like, which is the Guinness chips. But 9 times out of 10, guys, I'm just eating... Ruffles are so mid. I love Ruffles. I mean, I like kettle chips more, but if you were to present to me Lay's chips, Lay's Originals, or Ruffles, I would pick Ruffles. I think Lay's are kind of overrated. I wish they made a less tactile version of Zeal Clickies. If you want a nice clicky switch that's not tactile, doesn't Novelty still have those NK clickies, which are essentially linear clickies? Haribo pretty easily available here. Oh, good old Haribo. Hear me out. I'm listening. Salt and pepper, kettle cooked chips. I've had them. They're okay. I like original more. But actually, kettle cooked chips sound really good right now. I don't have any, though. I have no chips. I'm so sad. Where is my stab wires and stuff? All right. I need a 7U wire. I think this is one here. It is. Haribo cola flavor is elite. They're pretty good, man. They're pretty good too. You got to be careful with how much you eat of those, though. I've been cutting back on candy a lot because you know what? My sugar intake was getting. I mean, at one point it was really bad. When I was, I would even say like 2 years ago it was bad. But in the last year, I've been doing like a little bit less and less, and recently I've been really, really valuing not having sugar. Like today, I didn't have much sugar, and you know what? I feel fantastic. But then when I do have a little bit of extra sugar, more sugar than I should have, I'll feel it the next day. Like I feel like lethargic, drained, kind of groggy, kind of moody. It's weird. Diet is king. If there's one thing I could recommend anyone, the exercise is great, and I do recommend exercising. I need to get back into my routine again, but dude, I would even say just working on eating a little bit better really changes things up, man. It really does. Makes you feel good. Starts in the kitchen? It does, man. It really does. Damn, that thing is so green. I kind of like it though. It's like a cool kind of like avocado green kind of color. I vibe with this. It's nice. Ashkeep sent this one here over. I think there was like a restock of Salvations on Novel Keys a little while ago. And I know Ashkeep still has a whole bunch of Salvations left. I still like the Salvation. I think it's a fantastic keyboard. I also like green PCBs. Very like old, like very like retro. Okay. Also, little finding. Those GMK QMX stabs plus the 1.2 millimeter PCB. That was I'm never doing that again. It was like a one-time thing. I really didn't enjoy that experience all too much. All right, and let's get our keycaps, or not keycaps rather, switches, which I put on that desk right there. This PCB is 1.6, but I built an Andromeda the other day, and the client sent over some, what's it called? They sent over some QMX stabs, and I think their actual stabs got lost in transit, so they used those ones there. And unfortunately, they didn't play too well with the PCB. I think what the client ended up having to do, because they already have the board in their possession, it was already shipped back to them. They ended up switching out the mods for long pulls, and it seems like for whatever reason the QMX stabs was causing problems. Well, not even causing problems. It was making it feel mushy because it was bottoming out way too early. A little annoying, I'd say. Someone update the build. Oh, honestly, it's today's no one's fault. But yes, I should update the build command. I know, unfortunately, we didn't get to build the Nazar because I have no idea what's going on with that. Oh, okay. Okay, the rest of the parts are being shipped to me. What switches are these? So these are from Ashkeeps. These are called Hera switches. Same switches we're using today. These are Hera switches, and I can't remember exactly who I think it's Moyo Studios who designed it, but I don't remember what menu it is. Let me find out. I think it's JWK, I'm pretty positive. JWK, and it's using the LY stem material. The springs on these were actually pretty good, and I'm kind of glad that these are a milky top, but these are actually kind of cool. And they also have, I guess this is kind of like the Morandi switches, sorta, where they have these little things on top, diffusers. But I think this will be a nice pairing for either one of these boards that we're going to do today. LY stems are kinda in the same sort of, any leaf ping? No, not at all. These were actually pretty good by JWK. I feel like LY is in the same kind of category for me at least as, what's it called there? Wipe. Where it's not quite the clackiest switch in the world. But LY seems to be a little bit brighter, which is nicer. Just like a tad bit. What do you think about Nixies? Nixies would slap. Actually, don't I have a Salvation with Nixies? I'm pretty positive I built one. I need to use my Salvation. Actually, now that I have this guy, because this should be a fun little unit here. This should be a fun chance to try out some different switches in this. But I have my personal one, my little personal Salvation with I think with Nixies at the moment. And then I also tried tungsten switches and really like the tungsten switches in it too. I personally still think, and this is not me saying this because Salvin's a friend or anything like this, I'm just gonna state, the stuff up front. I think the Salvation is low-key kind of an underrated board at the moment. I think the only reason it doesn't get as much hype as it does is because there's a lot of very good alternatives for a lower price. Let's be honest. But the Salvation has a very unique mounting system and feels incredible. It's definitely louder and brighter. I would not consider the Salvation muted. And I think this maybe the Salvation layout, like the 60%, might turn off some people, but I've always felt like it's a good board. I've always liked it. Yeah, the mounting system is cool. I mean, this is the board that I think did it first, but the Class 60 also has that same type of mounting system on the inside. And I love the Class 60. So this is also a fantastic board here too. I think this would also pair extremely well with MX Blacks. Probably very well with it. Puke, should I dump them all out? Here, I'll dump them all out for you, Puke. These colors match this bag so well, by the way. Oh, one sec, guys. What is the other date for this? Build blog. More like salivation. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Polycarbonate Kohaku sounds so good. Yeah, I've been bouncing between this board, the Envoy, and then also the Class 60 as of recent. I've been using my Unicorn, not less like in a bad way, but I don't know, I've been really going between those three boards alone. Loving Nixies, but not looking forward to lubing and filming and spring swapping them. Yeah, it's tedious. I was actually going to see if these accepted films today, but they actually sounded pretty good in hand. Like, that I don't think these needed a film. I'm glad these aren't super loud switches, though, because I don't think this would have been a great combination for today's build. All right, Alex in chat. Y'all think us in the space should try lubed and filmed Cherry MX switches at least once? Oh, yeah. I think you should. I think if you haven't tried a classic switch like that, definitely try it. Obviously, it might not be for you, but it is a lovely switch. What plate is this? Aluminum. Today we are using aluminium. Polycarbonate depends on the board. There's a lot of variances, I would say, too. I would even say it helps you appreciate what you can get stock nowadays. Yeah, okay. If you guys do try MX Blacks for the very first time, please understand they're not an extremely smooth switch. There is scratch to them. Like, there is character, if you want to call it that, that you're gonna, get with that particular switch. I personally love it. I've been liking it more and more and more as I build boards. I love the scratch. Scratch good. Cherry switches, not so good out of the package. Oh, they're awful. They're probably the worst experience you can get out of the box. Like, completely. I would say the only thing worse than that are maybe those like Walmart switches from Fecker. That's really about it. And T1s. T1 switches are god-awful, in my opinion. I really don't like them. Old Kill. Okay, well, I don't think they produce those anymore. I'm talking about, like, stuff you can still buy. The main thing about any cherry switch, though, and I stress this, spring swap them. Please. Don't use the stock springs. The Nixies, I would say, are like the only one out of the entire lineup of all the cherry stuff that I would say are... you can use them and get away with it. Dude, the stock ones on every other cherry switch is god awful. I haven't used those new ones yet, Morris. I don't know are those out yet technically for the general public to buy? Because I honestly don't have an interest in buying them, because if they're going to remove the scratchiness from my switches, then that's half the reason why I like cherry switches. You know? Gion said MX2As were nothing to go crazy over. I also agree with that. I haven't used them, but on paper, what are they doing different? They used a lot of I feel like a lot of fancy marketing, right? And this is not a knock against Cherry. This is just me stating my opinion. It just feels like this, right? It feels like Cherry had scratchy switches, which everyone really liked. And then Cherry was like, shit guys, we need to reinvent the wheel. We need to get people pumped up about MX switches again. And then Cherry's like, sat in a meeting and was like, well, what if we just catch up with the rest of the aftermarket stuff? Or like the rest of the market, rather, not aftermarket. And one guy probably was like, well, what do you mean? What should we do to catch up? And then the other guy probably was just like, listen, what if we make our switches smooth and we fix some of the tolerances? And probably what happened was like, bro, that's insane. We'll call them whatever they called them. That's probably what happened. That's it. Because, like, I can't see them being any different than just a smooth switch with a decent spring. That's it. Funny enough, low-key, they should have really leaned in to what they already had. Obviously, make new stuff, sure, do that. But they could have literally leaned into the scratchy stuff. I'm sure they'll still sell some of the other stuff. I don't know if it's going to completely replace all of them, right? Yeah, they could have also fixed their springs. That could have been a big thing they did too. Take standard springs. They have fatter springs. Oh, did they actually change that? So you need different springs too? Even worse. That is actually a two-head move. Gion's take fun on Cherry MX2As. The scratch sounds... Oh, so it's actually still scratchy. But they said it was going to be smoother. A louder ping than before. It's good to experience it in person, but I don't think consumers will like it. Interesting. That sucks. Again, I've never used one, but it seemed like in their marketing, they were going to make it smoother. But I don't think... Obviously, if Gion's saying that it's not, then that's crazy to me. I don't know what's going on with that, man. Everything Cherry claimed was better about MX2A is exactly the same as their claims about Hyperglides. Oof, and I hate Hyperglides personally. Well, we'll see what happens. That's all. We'll just see. Again, love Cherry switches, but I don't know. Feels like it's a weird move on their part. Like, I think my favorite switch right now is probably the Nixie or a KTT Rose. Ooh, these switches are pretty. Like, these are very pretty switches. Damn, I really like this. Ooh. Render looking like always? Yeah, a little bit. Very, very cool. What do you recommend for lubing Nixies? My favorite thing... Okay, you can look at my lubing guide to see how much lube I actually put on. I like going a slight bit more than your typical light coating. So some people think it's like completely over lubing it. I tend to disagree. Because you can still hear, like, even on this board, let's mute and show you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear the scratch. I can hear the scratch just fine. There's still lots of scratch with this. The Nixies, I do a light medium coat of lubricant. Then I spring swap. I typically go 58 grams for spring, but lately I've been doing 62. So obviously it's personal preference. And then I do film them with Desky films. I've tried TX films, but I always end up going back to Deskies. I just feel like they make the taller, like the, I don't know, with a lot of switches, I just feel like it closes better. So that's my choice of stuff for Lubing and Nixie. Hi, what are you doing? I just came in. I am building a keyboard. We're building a custom keyboard today. He's being Alex, no worries. I fooled people with TT switches next to Vint Blacks. Did you actually? Vint Blacks are nice. I've always been a sucker for those. All right, so this is done. Let's grab some stuff out of this. We need hardware. These guys. These guys. Hold on a sec. Oh, and these guys. Cool. So we gotta break these off now. My goat, what's going on, dude? FR4 dust about to get everywhere? Yes, sir. About to get crazy in here. Actually, it's not too bad. Oh gosh. The hardware bag is just so fun to see. Yeah, the presentation of this is very pretty. Salvin did do a good job with that. Alrighty, now, if memory serves, we're gonna build these hopefully correctly. So far from my photography nerds in chat, have you all tried a lens that's been well regarded by others, but when you tried it yourself, you realize it's not your vibe? Oh, I've done a few of those lenses. Nowadays, the way I look at lenses has changed. Also, I think it's a little bit more transparent these days with lenses, so may have to do some filing of these, but should be okay. So one common mistake that I see some people do with these little leaf spring things is they leave some of these mouse bites, like some of them are just irregularly long. You do have to make sure that it's at least like not shaved off, but just trimmed off a little bit. Did you change capture cards yet? I still am using the Camlink ones because they're the most convenient for me at the moment. But I haven't actually made like a hard switch to anything. And I don't think I'm going to do it anytime soon. Just because it is kind of pricey, you know. How's my day been? It's been pretty good. I've been enjoying the day. Soren, I'm essentially just putting these here, right? It's been a little while since I built one. Like that? No? In the middle? In the middle. I got you, Soren. In the middle, he says. Thank you, Soren. Ruined? Hey, that's why I ask questions. Hey guys, one thing I want to always portray here, okay? Asking questions is actually such a good thing. That would have worked though? It would have worked, but not to its full extent. Never feel like a fool for asking a question. No matter what experience level you are, it's never bad to be sure, okay? Don't ask Soren though, he'll make you feel dumb. Yeah, usually Soren does. Part of the charm of Soren though, I guess. I had a teacher in high school that was it was a very positive class. This is a good story. He was very adamant about people asking questions. And he did this thing one day where he was teasing people who didn't ask questions. He was like walking up being like, dude, do you think you're a know-it-all? Why didn't you raise your hand up? While being dumb myself. Sorry, do we put one here on these particular ones as well? It's like all of them, right? I know there's a build guide for this online, but I just too lazy to look it up. Okay. And then these we're just going to ignore here because you don't need them. That is for different PCBs because this does use a universal PCB. This does indeed use that. All right, so next we do the hardware. Man, this case always looks so sick from the inside. All right, so now, if memory serves, we have to screw all of this down. And where's my screwdriver? You can do it, Alex. I'm trying to remember everything. You can put a wooting PCB. Yes, you can put a wooting PCB in here. I think Bad Seed did that in one of his videos. What bit do I need? Is this Torx or no? It's just hex. But I think I'll actually need this bit here. I love the texture. Me too. I've been really liking these coatings that Selvin's been doing. I still really like regular Anno. I like Matrix lab coats, but these coats Selvin has been putting out have been pretty legit as well. I think this is the right bit. Let's find out. Nope, one too small. Fuji 90mm f2, great lens. So another lens that I was gonna pick up that I'm glad that I didn't buy. And right now, guys, if you guys want to know the honest truth, I'm pretty not over it, but I don't have any need for any extra camera gear at the moment. I have the stuff that I want and I'm going to use it to my heart's content. If something comes up down the road, then I'll pick something up. But right now, my main goal isn't so much acquiring gear. It's going to be taking photos and creating art with the gear. But I was going to pick up a 90mm Leica lens. And I was going to use it mainly for product photography. I learned, not that it's a huge deal for static shots like what I'm going to be doing, that the 90mm, it's a 90mm Apple lens, had some focus issues with, I guess, back focusing or something like that. Anyways, it made focusing a little bit tricky because it's manual, and I ended up not bothering with it. Nice combo of raw alu and Selvin coatings like this. Oh, the Event Horizon? Yeah, that board looks sick. Oh no, it's the black one that goes on top? Shoot, I don't remember. I think it's the black one that goes on top. So you go like this. Actually, how does this work again? I don't remember. I wish there was alu for the Salvation, not gonna lie. Like raw alu? I'm sure Selvin can do something like that. I'm pretty positive. Pretty sure. Sorry, now does this work again? We put the... Do we just screw it in like this? With the silver ones? Too many issues with it? Or is it the black ones that we use? I don't remember which ones we use for this one here. Actually, this is a little newer. So when I built the Salvation, at least the prototype, this was actually an adhesive. So now you just push it in and you let it sit there. The only two with screws. What happened? Okay. Next, this guy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Position all of these nice. Then we're gonna put Thankfully, I also tried the 50 mil and the 56 from Fuji. This goes like this, I believe, with the silver. No, it's the black screw. I'm pretty positive. The 50 mil from, I mean, most Fuji lenses have been absolutely fantastic, and I've been really enjoying all of the Fuji stuff that I've been using. So no complaints there. Absolutely none. I can't change the command. You should be able to. So now these go this way, because this is where this would sit. Although I might have to go in and trim that one there a little bit. You inspired me to pick up my first Fuji after only Canon. Canon stuff still, like, it's very good. There's nothing wrong with Canon at all. I think just more people, like if you're newer to kind of, not so much photography, but post-processing, you'll probably enjoy it more. Okay, Alex, we know this question was going to happen eventually, but what keycaps are we using? I have GMK Cinder that I might be using for this guy. So perhaps we are going to use GMK Cinder. Redact it? Nah, not redact. Too much. That'll be too much white on this board. It'll look too clean. Should I be PC Stabies or TX Stabs? Mizu, you should pick up, in my opinion, neither and go with cherry clip-ins. Easy peasy pickup. What have you done? Unfortunately, Chozo, listen, it wasn't my fault. There was no PCB in the bag. I am not even making this up, dude. No PCB, no plate, no nothing. There was the case and there was a daughter board. 2 boards in a row. I wish I was making this up, dude. What's the reasoning behind cherry clip-ins? The short answer is better value for what you want. The long answer is, man, Stabies still have a few issues with tolerances in certain plates. I'm not even gonna hide, try to beat around the bush. You may encounter some issues. TX Stabs, you may still encounter some issues. And especially if you're new to kind of lubing a stabilizer, you may hate it because it's still not 100% the best thing in the world. Best thing you could do is just pick up the safest one possible. Noir could be really nice. Well, today we did get some stuff sent, Ashkeebs is actually commissioning a board or two from me, and he sent me some keycaps to use on the other board, but I'm gonna use it for this board because I think it'll look pretty. All right, so next up, let's trim this one here too. Zambu basically made sure Stabies are fine in his boards. Oh, his boards, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think Stabies still have a really good place if you know it's going to work. Stabies are great. In fact, I think Stabies, out of all the boards, all the stabs possible, are the easiest to lube. Truly, they are the easiest to lube. However, again, the risk of you running the risk of putting it in a board, then suddenly it has tolerance issues, not worth your time. Working had to stop by and say hi. Dane, thank you so much, bro. I hope you're having a good day today, bro. I hope you're having the best of days. Oh, is this screen nice? What the fuck's going on here? The best of days. I'm not having a good day, but it's almost over. Oh no. I hope it gets better. How many boards do you keep in your personal collection? Honestly, I don't know at this point here. but I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway for a whole bunch of stuff in my collection. I was going to do it in October. Honestly, I don't think we're going to do it in October anymore just because of how busy I've been getting. So most likely what I'll be doing is a big giveaway sometime in November. We'll plan it out a little bit more. It's actually like low-key kind of satisfying to put all these things in. After getting my Tiger Light and Mode Envoy, I feel pretty damn good on boards now. Yeah, I mean, you don't even need a lot of boards to feel good with this hobby. How much do we need? 2 more? Let me just get these prepped. Oh, 2 more of these. The fire alarm went on twice in my apartment building. Canadians are going crazy on Thanksgiving. Honestly, the fire alarm goes off pretty often in my building as well. Not even on Thanksgiving, just in general, it always goes off. I don't know what people are doing, but some crazy stuff. So the idea behind this, why I like the Salvation so much, it's kind of unique. The idea behind this is it's gonna sit on these leaf springs, right? And then each of these leaf springs can go up and down, like you guys can kind of see with me demonstrating here. It can go up and down like this. So it's not creating any pressure points on the sides, and then the middle, you know, goes up and down from the middle. This should ideally make the whole board kind of shift as you type, to some degree. I've actually used this plateless because you can build this plateless as well. And this plateless is like absolutely bonkers for how much bounce you can get with this board. Thank you, Pink. I appreciate that. Okay. How does this mount prevent the plate from getting on the sides? So see these 2 right over here, these 2 screw places that we added? This is what's going to prevent it because we're essentially, it's kind of like the mode. We're locking it into place there. That's where it's going to be locked into place. And there's no daughter board or anything with this. You're just going to slide this in. And then you can see there's 2 screw points there. And I believe we just used the black screw for this. Slide that in and lock into place. Might have to do a little bit of adjusting with this. I wish there was some sort of way to better align it, but pretty, very pretty. All right, let's move this out of the way for now. How do you store all your boards? I mean, I have like a little cabinet for them. It's been getting crowded, which is not fun for me. Do we do GMK Cinder? How does GMK Cinder look again? This is not my set. Cinder could look pretty nice on this. Nah, or we could do white on black, red Cyrillic. I want to use one of these 2 sets. Let's make a poll. Keycaps. Wob. I'm going to call this Wob or Cinder. So white on black, Wob, like Cyrillic or Cinder. Wait, why did Soren make it emote? Wob it is. I'm taking you hostage. Soren, you can't take it hostage. Everyone has to vote. Unfortunately, no hostage situations here. You can't. You have to let people vote for what they want. He's not going to take it off emote only, guys. I think you're forced to use emotes. It's a T-sided map, Alex. Dracula would go crazy on this finish. There's a whole bunch of sets that would go crazy on this. Whole bunch of sets. Ooh, Cinder's killing it right now. Oh, this is gonna... I already have a good feeling about this board. Is Cinder gonna hit? Okay, let's just start opening Cinder up. Do you guys want to do voting or predictions for this? Okay, we'll do predictions for this. Can I do predictions and the other thing at once? All right, you guys already know the rules for this. If you guys are new here, this prediction's called, is this GMK set going to be messed up? That's what it's literally called. There's nothing fancy about it. Basically, if one key, even if one keycap is 1,000, like, it's just completely off. It's counted at messed, even one, messed up. If there happens to be double keys of something or missing something, it's messed up. However, if there's a little, if it's twisted a little bit, you know, like if it's not, you know, it's like acceptably out of place, it doesn't count as messed up. I'm the ultimate judge here. It's a fun little game that we play sometimes, but you guys have 2 minutes for predictions, okay? 2 minutes. Predictions up. Predictions is up. Feel free and predict. All in on no, it's not going to be messed up. That's up to you guys. Don't even need to look, it's messed. Here, we'll switch back to the camera. It's a new, I think this is the newer GMK box. I just did this now, I just ripped off the plastic. Fuck, I don't know what to do. It's a new set. So this is the newer boxes. Damn. You guys are dropping mad points into yes. I've had a few, Sonny. There's been a handful of sets that have not been messed up. Dirty is stating the facts right now. The new stuff's more, I guess, resilient to being messed up. Will NK get this finish? I don't know. I know that NK has the copper finish. I know that Ashkeebs has a whole bunch of different finishes. I think more of the standard Anno, but I don't know. I think the Salvation's a cool board. Again, this is a commission build, if anyone's wondering. This is not a personal build, nor is this like a... This build is not particularly sponsored. It's just a commission build. I'm gonna start taking off the plastic. But Ashkeebs was kind enough to let me use some of his keycaps today. These I'm returning. I'm just taking a look at them. Oh, I like the box art for this. And Ashkeebs also sent me over an extra PCB. I did ask for the PCB, but he was very kind. He also has the Salvations in stock as well. That is such pretty box art. Ooh. What set is this? This is GMK Cinder. Ooh. All right. Let's see what the answer to this. This is really pretty art. I really like this box art. I am here for this. Well, this is the Hiragana base. Oh, is this worth extra money now? Do you guys think this is worth extra money? Should I not send this back? Worth less now? All right, let's see. Guys, everyone pray. All right, first one's good. Second one's looking good, guys. Ooh! First row, okay, the first row of the letters here is good. Wait, I didn't even see how much points you guys put into predictions here, but this is not looking good for people who voted yes. Oh! Okay, this is good. I'm going to take this row off. Ay, ay, ay. This is good. I know this is slightly moved, but this is fine. It's acceptable. We said that's acceptable. Sorry, guys. It's looking good. You know what's crazy? I actually flipped this box twice, and it's still good. That's crazy. It is not messed up. Did you guys already assign the points? Damn. That's crazy. 100K gone? That's pretty crazy, dude. It's looking like no. One flipped, messed it up. The second flipped, unmessed it. Maybe. Damn. Who said go all in on no? That's crazy, dude. All right, let's put this keycap set on. Wait, I think Cinder's gonna look really nice on this. Actually, this is a really nice set. This orange is, ooh. Should I buy this set? Oh wait, I don't need this. Should I buy this set for my Envoy? This is really nice. Are these extras? Are like, is there still available on Ash Keeps? Hold on, because if they are, I actually might pick one up. I really like the orange on this. You guys know I'm biased with orange, so take that for what it is. Cinder. Oh, that's not how you spell cinder. Cinder. Oh wait. Are they out of stock completely? Okay, I don't know if there's any more of these. Oh, Cinder, Ash Keeps. That's kind of funny. Maybe there is going to be more extras. But I kind of like this set. This is real nice. I know this is his personal set, though. Extras haven't been up yet on Ash Keeps or NK. Yeah, this is a really nice set. Okay, I actually might need to go in and just change up one thing on the build because I know there was one that I forgot to trim. So we might have to go back in and do that, but I already tell this is going to slap. Ooh. Was this board fixed regular caps? I think it was, right? This set is a no. I like this set, Soran. You don't like this set. Call it what it is. You don't like it. I hate it. I like it. I actually think it works. I do think this works, dude. The gray looks very green. Does it look kind of... That might also be my camera ever so slightly because Fuji cameras do have a slight tint of green. I would not say this is very green. Yeah, it's a little green. It's a little green because my camera looks green in renders. I don't know, man. I don't think this is green. You know what I'll do, guys? I'll get Boneyard after this and we'll compare. Maybe that's the best way to tell. Because I think in my lighting currently looks pretty gray. But then, yeah, I do look at the camera. It does have like a tint of green. But I do agree with you guys. The camera does present it a little bit more green. But we shall grade color check it. Get Boneyard and replace these keycaps? No, I like this set. Listen, let the board fill up first. You guys are getting thrown off by the purple. Let the board fill up first, and then we'll this set on copper slag. Oh, that would be nice. I could literally just swap the internals. That would be real nice. This is a clean set. I also agree with you guys. This is super clean. I'm not listening to any of the haters. What's going on with this stab? gonna have to go fix that stab up. I think I got unclipped in. I'll fix it here in a second. Did it unclip? Totally did. I think it did. Okay, I'll take it out in a second here. The enter key could be bad. On GMK Cinder? I think it's just my stab. I think my stab slipped out of place. Here, you know what I'll do? I'll use another enter key and find out. It's not the keycap? I don't think it is. I think it's just my my stab slipped a little bit. Actually, you know what I can do? This is hot swap, right? I shall find out what the problem is. Did it slip a little bit? No, it looks okay. The voices. Have you seen the, I can't pronounce it, 62IC? It's fully recycled plastic. That's interesting. I haven't taken a close look at it. Oh, there it goes. That was weird. Although, I can already tell you the enter key looks super crooked. I don't know if that's just... Okay, hold on a second. What's going on here? What keycaps are these? Oh, the stab is crooked. Okay, I'm gonna take this out here like right now and fix that. The stab is a little crooked. That might have just happened when I was assembling things. Let me fix that right now for you guys. I can see that the enter, well, you guys can't really see. It's a little shimmied up a little bit, as you guys can see by the plate. I'm using the plate as a reference. Oh well, mistakes happen. I'll fix it in like 2 seconds. Hopefully. This guy. What keycaps are these? GMK Cinder. Wait, what? Why does this stab look drunk? Is this like an off stab that I got? Just a happy accident? 1-2 seconds? Okay. Alright, I got it. Still a little crooked, but the stab's like crooked. Oh, we got it. It kind of looked like the stab is in place, but it's not 100% sitting flush against the PCB. And I don't know why that is. But for now, this will do fine. For now, that's fine. I'll put the rest of the keycaps on. Should the DZ60 plate work with this? I believe it should work, as long as it doesn't have any, like, it's just a standard plate that doesn't have any mounting points on it. I'm pretty positive it will. Short shift. Damn split backspace. Yes, sir. And I also need function. Yeah, I'm still not 100% happy with this particular stab. I have no idea why that is. Actually, you know what it might be? Let me see something quick. Split backspace is goated on 60s and 65s. I've been using my Moon Tower a lot again recently, and I do admit I quite like the Moon Tower split, just because like it is quite nice. Yeah, for now this is good enough. But yeah, the stab looks like one side, the plastic is a little shorter. Alex the Cherry Clip-ins, you know what? If this is a one-time thing with Cherry Clip-ins, a one-time thing where maybe the plastic's not 100%, out of all the Cherry Clip-ins I've used over the last year especially, dude, those odds are looking hella good compared to the other stuff that I've had issues with. Truly. Absolutely truly, dude. Screw this at the end. It looks the same as before, but that's okay. Yeah, it's not moving much at all. Like I said, I'm not too stressed about it because it's hot swap. I can just go in and replace it. Oh well. Like I said, one-time thing. I'm fine with that. This is the first time it's happened. Yeah, truly, this is the first time it's happened. Adding scratch to any build. Yeah, it adds a little bit of scratch to any build, I'd say. Hold on one sec. My only issue I've had with Cherry Clip-ins occasionally popping wires. I haven't had wires pop yet, thankfully. So, no, this is not the right one, is it? No, this guy. This is the one I need. And then I also need you. And delete. Sounds like carbon fiber. It's aluminum. Control and control. I need to tune this stab a little bit more. I can hear the wire rattle a little bit. Where is my lube? Typical response for a build request? It's a long weekend this weekend, so I haven't checked my emails all weekend, but I would say typically it's 2 to 3 days. Did you put in a build request, Dirty? Should I take a look ASAP for you? Much better. And I need tab. Where did I put tab? Did I have tabs somewhere? Oh, right here. And then super and super. Oh yeah, other dirty dishes. It's actually a nice space bar. that does sound fun. I don't know if these are actually long pull switches. I don't think they are. They're the, sounds a bit hollow. Yeah, I'm going to do some adjusting to it. But the Salvation definitely has a little bit of like resonance to it, I'd say. The Harris switches. Do Harris switches, are they long pull? Ooh. Interesting. These switches aren't as loud as I thought they'd be. Hold on, I want to check one thing out. Do you think it's muted? I don't think it's muted at all, Dirty. I think this is actually kind of a fun sound signature that I'm not 100% used to. Hold on, though. I'm just going to double check something here. I need to screw in some of these a little bit more here, guys. The thing with the Salvation too is you have to make sure these are screwed in. Yeah, okay. I didn't screw in some of these all the way. Or as much as I should have. And if that happens, the leaf spring moves all over the place. Close-up detail shots of the caps and finish of the board. Yeah, for sure. All right, I hope the client ends up liking this. But here, let me show you guys the inside. Actually, is something else loose in here? Oh. So you guys can hear this. If you guys don't, this is what you're probably hearing. So you just need to make sure you're screwing in everything. Actually, I'm just gonna replace this screw. The screw's being kind of weird. Everything A-okay here. Where's the other one? That's fine. This needs to be screwed in a little bit more too. The tightness of these particular ones do, because you don't want it to rattle around. Just try doing that again. There we go. But there's the inside. So that's the internals. Oh my God. Please, fluff, go away. How do you tighten your Envoy screws? Halfway. Those particular ones are halfway only. So the interesting thing about this and the Envoy is this actually, in theory, shouldn't have, I guess, some of that nuisance of a sound from... Yeah, see? Look at that, guys. It is totally different from just that one change. Miles better? Yeah, yeah. I had a feeling. Remember I told you guys I'd have to go in and tune it a little bit because I didn't do everything 100% right? I had to tighten all the screws up. I was worried about one of the leaf springs because I wasn't too sure if I filed it properly, but... Actually, this looks sick with the caps. I don't care what you guys say. Is it weird I like the little bit of the resonance from before? Oh, that is really... Tune up this stab real quick. Kind of light on lube. Whoop. No, it broke. My syringe broke, guys. Look what happened. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta clean this particular stab. My syringe broke. That is so sad. Be back 1 second. Now I have to clean up my mess. Man, what a waste of lube. You know, actually, you get as much as I want to say, like it's funny and all. I legitimately feel guilty for wasting lube. Actually do.
R.I.P. syringe.
Wait, I can't hear anything. What did it say? Oh, I missed it. What did it say, guys? Thank you for the 10. Hold on, I'm gonna go read that again. Clean up your what? Rip syringe? Oh, it just said rip syringe? Fuck, dude. That is so sad. What a big waste of my lubricant. Man. I'm actually kind of sad about that, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't your fault. You're the victim here. Truly I am. Truly. Well, guess I'll just use this syringe. Lube syringe gets too excited. Oh my god, Insty. Where do you come up with these fucking titles, dude? Caps Lock needs therapy now. You know what's sad? I didn't even get any fucking lube in there either. Bro, you gotta protect from syringe from else. Oh, dude, I gotta make sure that never happens. Actually, okay, back to the keyboard real quick. The springs on these feel really nice. I like these. I do not think this has like sounded like foam. I'm gonna say this. I don't think this needs polyfill or any sort of filler on the inside. So these are also using an LY stem, which we mentioned at the beginning are a little lighter in sound profile, which I think is a good match for this, honestly. I really do. It's actually really nice. I have the copper slag finish. I actually really like this a lot. This turned out really good. Gasket and spring leaf. Maybe I'm a soft typer, but you can always make the board move and shift when pressing hard on it for testing. But I never noticed a difference when typing. So, with this particular model here, right? It's very subtle differences. Let's be real. Like you're not typing like a Hulk. You're not doing this while you're typing. But if you notice, even when I'm just lightly pressing the enter or the space bar over here, look at this. There is movement. And this is just me normally tapping it. there is some movement, right? Even on the Envoy, which I think is a little bit more on that kind of side of it being, right? And even just, again, there is some movement, right? It's not meant to do this. It's not meant to do that while you're typing. Realistically, you're not going to notice that on any board. I think there's very few. I think if you were to do a plateless build of this with a flex cut in the middle, yeah, it's going to soften your bottom out. It's going to also make the board a little less fatiguing on your fingers, so you shouldn't really feel like you're just typing on a solid block, which you can notice if you literally have a different mounting style, which is like a top mount. If you were to type for 5 minutes on a top mount versus a gasket system that works well, that actually allows some movement, you should notice less fatigue, right? This is one of the boards I'd say you probably are going to feel a little bit less fatigue. The Class 60, I think, does it slightly better. It's going to soften your bottom out. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Do I have the Class 60 with me at the moment? Or did I move it to the other room? I think I moved it. But the Class 60 is also one of those boards that like is just very soft to type on. And then, I mean, even the Envoy to a certain extent, I would say is super, super soft too. Copper slag. Here, let me get the copper slag. So, this Salvation has Nixies. Where's my earbuds? Which way do they go here? Yeah, this one's Nixies and FR4. Let's just... do I want to get another set to put on this? Very different sound profile. That's the interesting part about this as well. This is hot swap? No, this is solder. Yeah, okay. I'll get another set of caps here and we'll put it on. Yeah, you can put the Nixies on aluminum. The FR4 sounds really good on this too. Cyrillic this time? Yeah, you know what? We can do that. I'm not going to let you guys vote though. Actually, no. Let's not use Cyrillic. I actually want to try to do something else. I'm going to use Sloth. Although my Sloth set is a disaster. Literally a disaster. Are you using a new lo-fi playlist? Should be the same old lo-fi playlist. Yeah, same old one. Same old lo-fi, 24/7. Very, very big difference in sound profile. What we can do too is this is hot swap. I'll try a Nixie on the enter key here to see how it sounds. Just for you guys to see as well. Actually, Slop looks pretty sick on this. Dropping caps like Tim. Does Tim drop a lot of keycaps when he builds keyboards? Am I turning into Tim? Oh gosh. Sounds amazing. I'll probably go for FR4 then. Fake, are you picking one up? Are you actually planning on getting a Salvation? It's a fun board. So this is the copper versus the avalanche colorway, by the way. Again, if you guys are not into these, I mean, I think maybe some people probably wouldn't be. But I think they're cool looking. The bottom board would be looking like a s'more, a nitrum, and you're looking like a snack, my guy. That was a free one. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes. I've contemplated literally every board known to man. I think I found the one. So what makes you want this board? My only issue with this, like my only small issue with the Salvation truly is just I low-key wish they showed some of the weight, the internal weight at the very least on the outside of the board. I don't know. I think it's an interesting design. I would have liked to see it on the outside. I feel like sometimes cool designs on the inside are very nicely thought out, and then the ones on the outside are just kind of meh. I don't think this version's available yet. This is a commission board, so I'm not too sure what's going on. I would check Salvin's website. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't have an answer for that. I can message Salvin. But yeah, I don't know. They are in stock? These ones here? Oh, okay, then they're at Salvin's website, I guess. Do I need any other keys from this one? No, let's go back to this guy then. Oof, this is falling apart. Thank you, Moose. These GMK trays are literally deteriorating. I swear it's like as I'm putting keycaps down, it's like falling apart more and more. Alright, then actually this escape. Ash Cubes has Salvation left in stock. Yeah, Ash Cubes for Canada also has them. I don't think anyone's sold out of Salvations yet. It was a really popular board when it ran. I know that's for sure. Function. I need the control, which is where? Am I missing that? That's not it, is it? No, that's too long. This list. Where the fuck is control? I'm missing a cap? Am I not seeing it? Actually, this board looks sick with this set on. Or did I leave it on the board that I took it off this set from? Probably left it on the board. That's irritating. One sec. It's right there. Oh my god. Wait, I was tabbed out. What brown board do we have? This is still Salvation, just different keycaps. Very nice. No, that's not it, but it is part of the set. I don't actually know where the control is. I have to figure out what board I left this on. I'm just gonna put this here for the time being. Don't just deal with it. I'm not gonna waste everyone's time. I'm gonna go look through things. It's okay. Pretty nutty. You know what I might do with this? Hold on. I'm actually going to swap this out for a Nixie. I feel like the Nixie complements this board so nice. But I kind of like these alphas on this particular version of the board here. So, with that being said, do I have any spare Nixies lying around? I probably do. 1 second. No, I don't break anything, and I really don't. Do you still have your original Salvation? I don't think I do. I think we gave that away, and I know Tim has my other one. Tim definitely has one. Do I have any spare Nixies laying around? I do. From the Kohaku build. Ooh! Okay. Nixies kind of slap on this, but I like the alphas more on this. I'm gonna be honest. I prefer these alphas. I need to tune up the stabs a little bit better here. Overall, I like this build more. The new one we did today. I know it's all preference, but my preference is the new one we did. Careful that syringe, my guy. I'm never gonna live this down, am I? I don't like this, God, everything sounds like a sexual thing with this, I swear to God, but I'm not trying to be sexual with this. I don't like this orange tip pointer thing because I feel like it's just too blunt and doesn't quite get into the stab housing very well. I kind of like the blue one, but now the blue one freaks me out because I feel like it just failed and gave up. So I no longer want to use the blue one. Oh my God, Soren, you found some emotes to do that. Alex is too blunt. Okay, the blue one sounds like me. Okay, guys. Okay, I hope that this build turned out good. I hope that people like this build. Which one do I like more, actually? Hold on. Yeah, I think the bottom one. The alphas feel more well-rounded here. My stab tuning is not the best on this bottom one, though. Kind of here, it's not the best. So I need to fix that. You like the lighter alphas? I feel like the brown one with the Nixies have a... I don't know. I think they're both nice, though. Nah, I think I do prefer this. Personally, I think I prefer this guy. So this is using the Hera switches for the alphas. And then I might switch all the mods to a Nixie switch or just some sort of Cherry MX switch. I do need to tune that. Yeah, this spacebar is tuned way better. I don't know. I do like the way this looks too. This is actually kind of sick with this keycap set. That looks pretty nice. This is why I have 2 salvations. That looks pretty sick with this. And then if you guys wanted to see the gray, do I have Boneyard with me? I don't, and I don't know where it is, but do I have anything gray? I guess these bits are kind of gray. You know what? I do think there's a hint of green. A very, 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 now that I compare it to something gray, it does have like a small hint of green. Like, it's very slight, but it's popping really a lot through the camera. In person, though, it's not as aggressive, but it is there. It definitely is there. Interesting. If you have a color checker, put it on screen already. All that stuff is buried in my camera drawer. And honestly, I kind of don't feel like burying it out. I'm so sorry, Dirty. Here, do you want me to go get Boneyard really quick? I'll do that for you guys. Find what board it's on. Let's get Boneyard. Where do they put Boneyard? Board did I use it on last? It's right here. So, yeah, I would say that definitely leans into a little bit more of a, not like a true gray. Definitely has like a hint of green. It's weird though, when you look at it in person, dead on, it doesn't look that way. But the moment you compare it to something, the green really kind of pops. I'm still going to say this though, guys. My camera does lean a little bit greener. It does lean a slight bit green. So what you're seeing is an exaggerated version of that. In person, it's not as green. But it's still there. I can definitely see it. Interesting. I don't mind the colors though. How many keyboards do I own? A lot, but something behind you? Don't say that, please. No, my cameras all kind of show it the same. Here, compare it again. Mind you, this camera's not the best because there's no light hitting this camera. This is light coming from this side. That nightcap is nice. Thank you. I appreciate that, Pink. All right. Wait, this is the wrong thing. Sorry, this is the wrong cap here. But if you guys did want to see it from this perspective, not that it really matters. Can't really even see it. Olive would go hard on the gray Salvation. Yeah. All right, guys. That's pretty much the stream. I'm actually going to use this Salvation for the rest of the night because I kind of like it. I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. So, I'm going to use this. Alrighty. What's the oldest keyboard you have? Nothing too crazy. Alright guys, let's go see who we can go raid. But yeah, I think oldest... I mean, whatever keyboard I started the hobby with, the Tofu, is probably the oldest thing that I own. truth be told. Salvation is still worth it. My answer right now is, with the exception of, okay, mounting style wise, if you want something unique and a little bit more fun to play with and tune and have the option to use, and this is also a big thing that I think people neglect to mention when it comes to the Salvation. The Salvation does accept universal PCBs as well as a lot of plates too, right? So like you can use your own plates, you can do plateless with this, a whole bunch. Plus it is a fun mounting style. Realistically, the only other board that kind of offers this mounting style at the moment that's not, I'd say, like in the realm of being kind of meh, because I do feel like the that Alice from Owl Labs that used the same kind of leaf springs was kind of meh, is the Class 60. So in my opinion, yes, I do think the board is still relevant. It's still good. Like, I still think it's worth it at this current time, just for the sake of how much flexibility it offers. No, the thermal's a little different. But the thing is, the price point of this board is definitely a little higher compared to what some stuff offers right now. So if the goal is to get a good, comfortable keyboard, perhaps the Salvation isn't like the answer to that question. But if the goal is to get something more flexible and that you want to mod and play around with, the Salvation does do a great job of that, because it does allow for a lot of interesting things. And it's only 2 screws. So there's again, a lot of flexibility with it. However, I don't think on a value proposition, like if you're saying this board compared to something else and you only want one board and don't plan on modding it, the value's not here for it, right? But I do like the Salvation. I did when it came out, and I still like it to this day. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate you. I will be sorry for the scuff at the beginning of the stream. I don't know how that happened again with no PCB, but it did. But I'll be streaming again tomorrow. This week's a little bit more chaotic in terms of scheduling, so I'll see you guys very soon. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Enjoy 9 stream. Bye-bye.